It means we come through, and the madness is still maddening because it's still just the end of March. And now spring is sprung, and this damn pollen is everywhere. Jesus, my sinuses is tore up.
Sound like a weathercaster.
I'm just giving them I'm just giving them the greeting that's greeting me.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's Michael with
Tatiana.
Miss Parker. How you feeling today?
Oh, I'm great.
I'm glad to hear that. Hey, y'all want to feel good too? You can always come by www.watch4, the number 4, thehook.com. Check out our latest apparel. Or even better, you can tell somebody about the best small business podcast on the planet. Tell them about this
I
podcast.
like that.
We really appreciate y'all doing that. So we finna roll right on into it. So today we're gonna talk about the legacy I leave will be greater than me.
Hmm.
I know y'all gonna say, "Damn, that sound kind of familiar." Yeah, it's the mantra behind our latest product,
Right.
but it's also the mantra we've been living for like the last 6 years.
Yes. It's been a long 6 years.
It seems like it get longer by the day, don't it?
And the email and the text message and the phone call and
And
smoke signals and the
and
airplanes with the
we ain't
banners.
done yet, and yeah, yeah,
Are we there yet?
yeah. All the things. But me and Miss Parker are talking about all the problems we asked for
Yeah.
because we decided to become business owners.
Trying to make sure that the legacy we leave will be greater than us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Question mark on the end, right? Gotta
Hey,
raise the influx on the end.
and the sad thing is, all this shit just gonna be dealt with by Dash.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You
Yeah,
killed me talking about you.
the Dash. That's it. Everything
The
happens in.
dash. Yes.
Everything gets put on the
Yeah,
dash.
everything's in the dash. And
Yep,
the dash is in the middle.
yep. And so, you know, when we talk about being business owners, when we talk about how sometimes you feel like you have to be crazy to get into business, it's because you're striving for something that I don't think that most people are born with. Well, most people, I think they're born to do. Most
Yeah.
people, you know, you come on this earth, you have a life, and then you kind of just look at things and how things work. Also, we want to have impact. And for me and Miss Parker, we are products of people that left the impact.
Yeah.
And we want to do the same for our children, our grandchildren, maybe here, our great grandchildren. Because, I think most of the time the average is that 2 generations down talk about you.
Yeah.
So 2 to 3 at the max. So, and we live in this time that we are living in. People are talked about that were 12 generations ago.
Hmm.
Some are even before BC. Those are legacies. And not ever good or bad. Because listen, there's some bad legacies
Yeah.
out there too.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
let's just
There really are.
but we ain't trying to leave no what I call this. It's better to be famous than infamous.
Right. You say that all the time.
Yeah, because who wants to live in infamy? That's just terrible. And so when we think about, the stuff we want to do for our daughters, we want to give them a head start on certain things. And rightfully we think they deserve that.
Yeah, that's definitely the plan. And I actually think that even from, our own lineage, I think there probably was a similar plan too, leave them something.
Yeah.
Leave them some breadcrumbs.
Yeah. Leave them something I didn't have,
Yeah.
and
At least make it where they don't have to start from scratch, where you
yeah,
have a clue.
yeah. And I think that's yeah. I think we've discussed, we have it better than our parents.
Yeah,
Our parents had it better than their parents.
absolutely.
Then their parents had it better than their
Yeah.
parents. So we've got to keep that tradition going. We've got to make it better for them. And one of the ways that we now have access to things to making it better for them is leaving them real estate or a business
Yeah.
or hell, even if you can't leave them those type of things, leave them the fortitude to want to strive for better. And I
Yeah.
think a lot of things the issue is right now, most folks just living
Yeah.
or surviving. Now that surviving thing is tough now, I ain't gonna let you in the pockets, I ain't gonna count your coin. No, I can't tell you what you do with your money.
Right, right, right.
I saw this video the other day and this woman was talking about, so when you gonna get me a bag?
Mm.
And the guy was like,
Bag.
I just got you a house.
Mm.
Like the fuck I care about a bag for?
Mm.
But she was like, I want this $30,000 bag.
Girl, bye.
He was like, I don't give a damn about that bag. That bag don't mean shit.
Bag.
He like this house worth 2.5.
Oh, that's nice.
So, it's things like that. It's that type of mindset, that we're talking about when you're trying to leave a legacy greater than you. This ain't no Simple Simon shit. And then you don't want it to be destroyed or disintegrated with just a snap. Like, oh, you worked your whole life and then somebody come in and just it's gone just like that. You don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure it's built on a strong foundation. And also you want the people that you're leaving the stuff to appreciate it.
To hopefully not squander it.
Yes. Boy, don't throw it away.
Yeah.
Don't let all the wolves into the damn den.
Mm.
Don't let all the hens in the hen house. And we're looking at those type of things because like I said, we are not people who just woke up and were business owners. We started, did our research, and got into business. The real estate part was a different part. It was just something that we talked about. We was like, well, if they finna offer this type of money for it, it's got to be something in it.
Yeah, it may actually be worth keeping.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
when you find something worth keeping, bitch, you better keep
I
it.
would suggest you keep it.
Yep. Because even I think I heard somebody say people throw around the term generational wealth
Child, I'm so tired of hearing it.
like it's a peppermint.
Yeah, I'm so tired of hearing it.
But I heard a guy say, see, some of y'all had generational wealth. Y'all sold me ma and them house. Well, y'all got rid of the duplex the aunt left you
Yeah.
because you moved on to something else.
Right, right. You don't want to deal with that no more.
That part,
I
you
don't
didn't
want to
want
deal
to
with that.
deal
Yeah,
with it
I don't want to deal with that.
when you could just put it up on the property manager,
Yeah, and go on about your business.
go on about your business, and still get residual income from it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And not, as they say, be fucking bothered.
Yep. Because remember, you can utilize that as leverage for something else.
Boy, you said that word, leverage.
Yeah, it's leverage for something else.
See, and that's what a lot of people don't understand when it comes to being able to build things. You need something to prop yourself
You
up,
sure do.
which
What you
is the
bringing to the table?
leverage.
Hmm. What you bringing to the table?
But then a lot of folks say, I am the table.
No.
The bank gonna say, the fuck that mean?
Bank is gonna say no.
I am the table.
No.
Bank gonna look and say, well, this is a folded table. It's no good. Take it back.
It's like what's that? Picnic table,
Boy, this the table got blew over.
bullion table.
This the table that got blew over by that wind last
Yeah.
week.
No. No. This is not the poker table.
And when you think about it, and we do a lot of research and we do a lot of just reading and understanding. Even in today's market right now, even in the house that we're in, which is an asset, which is leverage,
Yeah, it is. It's leverage.
it's worth more now than when we bought it
Right.
6 years ago,
Uh,
7, 8 years ago.
something like
My
that.
bad, yes,
Yeah.
eight now.
Yeah, something like that.
And people don't understand that's a good thing
Right.
because now we can leverage
Yeah.
the house.
Right.
And as old folks say, the house in the farm when you trying to do something bigger than you.
Yeah.
Like a
You
lot of
bring something to the table.
what'd you bring? How about this?
About this asset right here.
Where we go?
What can we do?
Then they start looking at you a little different.
They do. They talk to you a little bit. They actually talk to you a little bit more. They ask you one or two more questions.
Okay, let's go.
Right, right. The one or two more questions isn't necessarily to count you out, but the one or two more questions is to decrease the likelihood of risk to them.
They're basically trying to say, are you good enough to do this and not be a fool and mess this up for us?
Yeah. Or are we gonna have to clean up your mess because you really ain't focused.
Yeah. And we've talked about things like that. We've talked about fixing your credit scores. That's part of being something bigger than you because a lot of people, like me, started off damn bag of M&Ms.
Mm.
Boy, had me going down the wrong road
Yeah,
at the age of 18.
had to divert you off that path real quick.
Yep, just for a fucking bag of M&Ms.
Mm-mm.
And damn, that sold myself off. But that's just not understanding
Yeah, financial literacy.
they don't teach that. We're working on we teaching our daughters that even though they spend the shit out of our money, I hoping they at least appreciate the fact that we got
Okay.
some. Cause boy, these crumb snatchers be in my pockets. I mean, my
Regularly.
pocket be flat, boy. And I ain't gonna tell you about the wife sitting next to me. She
Whatever.
pretty expensive too.
We talking about the legacy I leave will be greater than me.
I know, and it starts with you.
You talking
Cause
about
I couldn't have that if I didn't have you.
my spending habits. My spending habits aren't bad.
It ain't bad.
Mm.
No, you put decent.
Oh yeah, yours are probably worse.
I think I spend the least amount of money in this house.
Shabba.
But yeah, but when we're sitting up here, and it's a lighthearted thing that we talk about it, but this is one of the things that builds communities. Is that you have to strive for something better, and if you're not looking for something better, being stagnant only does what? It just keeps you level.
Yep.
It doesn't increase anything.
Uh-uh.
So if I'm the same way I was in 2017
That's a problem.
in 2025, yeah, she just said it. That's a problem.
That's a problem. You should have grown.
Yes.
Should have evolved.
Yes.
Your perception should probably be a little different.
Should have gotten a little smaller.
Yeah, I hope so. A little bit more wiser,
Hey, you got a little older.
a little more focused.
Hey, F word.
Yeah.
Focus. That shit changes. We need you to focus.
Yeah.
Because in those type of ideologies, and when you're thinking about what is the next step for me, you, or them, that, they, those, the next step should be an increase.
It should.
It should be something greater than where you are right now.
It should.
Lots of times people don't want to make lateral moves, especially even professionally.
No, that's not worth my time unless you have to make a lateral move to then be able to continue growing.
Which means you've done your research
Yeah.
and you figured out a
Yeah.
path.
Exactly. But making a lateral move, jumping from one hot frying pan to the next, nah. You might as well stay in the frying pan you know.
Exactly. At least you know the temperature.
Right. I know it bubbles a certain way on a certain day, right?
Exactly.
Right. But
Yeah.
no, yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And as like I say, as we talk about these things, we just want people to sometimes just look into yourself and just I'm gonna give you the old school Michael Jackson. Go look at that person in the mirror and say, where do I want to be next? I ain't gonna say put a time limit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people always ask you that easy proverbial question. Where you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't really like those questions.
And they're open ended, but then you get the rhetorical answer. Well, hope to be doing this and that.
I hope
But
to have done this and gone here. I'm like, oh my God.
exactly.
When in actuality, sometimes you want to say, I hope to still have a job. I hope to have more money. Like if you were to really enter it
If you
in the
answer
most
truthfully.
authentic fashion,
Yeah,
I don't want to be here in 5 years. I
exactly.
don't want to be doing the same position in 5 years. I don't want to be making the same amount of money in 5 years. You can't tell them that though.
Nah, because they're gonna be looking at you like, oh, you finna leave?
Is
I'm like, yep,
oh you just using me?
yeah,
Am.
yes. That
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
I use you like you use me to get the work done.
Exactly.
And so, like I say, we just want people to just think about that, man. Just put something in your head, man. Strive for greater. Think about something bigger and better for yourself. And like I said, you gotta think about that for them too. And then when you take the big leap, you're gonna be thinking about folks that ain't even on this planet yet. Be like, oh, I want my grandkids be talking about me.
Right, right,
I
right.
want my great grandkids be like, man, great grandmama Tatiana and great grandma Mike. Boy, they was some motherfuckers, boy.
Grandpa Mike.
Great grandpa Mike. They'll be like, man, they was some motherfuckers, boy. They was out here doing it. They was putting down, but they was standing on business. They was standing on that business, boy. They back then they was standing on their business, literally standing on business. So, like I say, just food for thought, man. Like I said, we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us this week. Like I say, you can always come by, tell somebody about this podcast if you can. That's our main thing.
Mhm.
Spark, you got anything for them?
No, but I just really would like to say, when you basically when you say you want to still be talked about within the next what generation or two, right?
Yeah.
You basically just trying to set yourself up to be such an impact or to have such an impact that you are just a true focal point, right?
Mhm.
And I mean, you just gotta align yourself with the stars if that's what you want.
Alrighty. Catch y'all next time.